class, before we start, let's pray first. Let's bow our heads and feel the presence of the Lord. So, Lord God, thank you for this day that you are given to us. Make this day a productive one, and we hope that we can learn something new today. From our lesson, this we ask in the mighty name of Jesus. Amen. So, good afternoon everyone. Good afternoon. How are you today? Great. Before you are going to sit down, kindly pick some pieces of paper and kindly arrange your chairs properly. Okay, thank you. Now you may take your seat. So, hello everyone. Welcome to my class. By the way, I'm your teacher Olivia Olario for the subject entitled Technology for Teaching and Learning 2, Major N, PLE. Now let's check your attendance first. Stay present if I call your name. Coloma Jaime. Present. Corpus Angelica. Present. Noto Fremalin. Artesa Gemaline. Roman Nosue. Valdez. Mr. Valdez, are you present? Okay. So, very good, all present. Bago tayo magsimula sa ating bagong paksa, ating munang balikan ang ating paksa kahapon. So, sino ang makapagsasabi kung ano ang paksa natin kahapon? Okay, very good. So, Multimedia Encyclopedia can store a huge database with text, images, animation, audio, and video. Any additional information? Yes, Ms. Artesa? Thank you. So, example is the Eyewitness Children's Encyclopedia, while in electronic books, provide textual information for reading, supplemented by other types of multimedia information like sounds, spoken words, picture, animation, like that. So, examples are just Grandma and Me Animated Storybook, which offer surprises for the young learners' curiosity. So, before we start, let's play a game first. Class, are you familiar with the game Bingo? Okay, good. Bibigyan ko kayo ng tig-dalawang cards na nakalagay sa taas ay teacher instead of bingo. Instead of numbers, we use words. Tignan mabuti ang bawat slide ng presentation dahil may ibang slide na naglalaman ng about sa computer, sa teacher, or pwede din about sa learner. Halimbawa, nakita niyo ang word na creative sa isang sulok ng presentation. Hanapin niyo ito sa inyong cards at lagyan ng X. Just like the game Bingo, when a player has placed 7 markers in a row, either horizontally, vertically, or diagonally, the player raises her hand and say, "Teacher." Just say it, do not shout. Ang sinumang mananalo ay may premyo pagkatapos ng klase. Naintindihan ba natin, class? Okay. If my instruction is clear, let's now proceed to the next part. Let's have another game. I will show you a jumbled word. All you have to do is to guess what it is. I give you 5 minutes to answer before we check. Answer it on your own paper. let's check if your answers are correct. So, the first jumbled word is constructivist, social constructivist, knowledge, tool, and last one is teacher. So, sino nakakuha? Sinong naka-perfect? Meron ba? Oh, dami. So, what can you say about the game? Any ideas? Yes, Mr. Kaluma? Yes, you have a point. Our topic for today is all about the computer as the teacher tool. Computer as the teacher's tool, constructivism and social constructivism learning theory. In the previous lesson, we saw how the computer can act as a tutor, particularly along a behaviorist and cognitivist approach to learning. But we also saw how certain computer software programs have been developed to foster higher thinking skills and creativity. So the objectives of the lesson, at the end of the lesson, students shall be able to identify the differences between constructivism and social constructivism. The second one is appreciate the importance of constructivism and social constructivism. The last one, create a table showing the positive effects of constructivism and social constructivism. In this lesson, we shall again look at the computer but this time for another perspective. The computer as the teacher's handy tool. It can, in fact, support the constructivist paradigms of learning. But before that, let us give a short background about the computer. Did you know that it was Mr. Charles Babbage, an English mathematician, an inventor who was credited with conceiving the first automated digital computer. In addition to that, he invented during the middle 1830s. So, his invention with computers started with the development of computers as a use device in the field of professions, not just in education, but also in other professions. So, they once said that education is a social process, education is growth, education is not a preparation for life, but education is life itself. So, his idea continued to influence the education of the present. His approach of learning by doing is practiced in classrooms around the world and has changed the way of educators present knowledge and students learn. So, next slide. Ano nga ba ang constructivism? So, what is constructivism? Yes, kindly read, Mr. Ramon. Okay, thank you, Mr. Ramon. So, what does it mean? It means that the learner must consider the information being taught and based on the past experiences, personal views, and cultural background. Constructivism is divided into two. The first one is radical constructivism. So, radical constructivism is introduced by Piaget 1981 and Brunner 1990. Radical constructivism is also known as cognitive constructivism. So, what does it mean? It means that the process of constructing knowledge is dependent on the individual's interpretation of their active experience. Based on our modules, students are asked to apply discovered knowledge to new situations, a process for making their knowledge applicable to real-life situations. So, naintindihan ba natin, class, kung ano ang radical or cognitive constructivism? Okay, if it's clear, let's move on to number 2, which is the social constructivism. So, social constructivism is introduced by Vygotsky. Introduced by Vygotsky. Kindly read Mr. Coloma. Thank you. So, social constructivism, like what I said a while ago, it is introduced by Vygotsky. So, social constructivism is an effort to show that the construction of knowledge is governed by social, historical, and cultural context. So, in effect, this is to say that the learner who interprets knowledge has a predetermined point of view according to the social perspective of the community or society he lives in. Social constructivism affirms that knowledge is constructed through interactions with others. In addition, Dewey sees language as a medium for social coordination and adaptation. For Dewey, human learning is really human language that occurs when students socially share, build, and agree upon meanings and knowledge. Now let's proceed to the summary of 2 learning perspectives. Kindly read. Ano pwede magbasa dyan? Yes? Thank you. Thank you. So, in assumption, in radical cognitive constructivism, knowledge is constructed by the individual. So, nangangahulugan na ang proseso ng pagbuo ng kaalaman ay nakasalalay sa interpretasyon ng isang individual sa kanyang sariling karanasan. Halimbawa, kung naniniwala ako na ang kaibigan ay palaging mabait at makakatagpo ako ng isang taong laging mabait sa akin, maaari ko siyang tawagin kaibigan. Gayun pa man, kung makakatagpo ako ng ibang tao na kung minsan ay nagtutulak upang tulungan pa akong magsikap at palaging sinasabi ang ating mga pagkakamali, like kung may nakagawa tayo ng mali, kinokorek tayo, ganun, maaari akong magpasya na baguhin ang ating paniniwala. Yes, tama, Mr. Hein. So, para ma-accommodate ang taong ito sa pamamagitan ng pagpapasya na ang kaibigan ay hindi kailangan na palaging mabait. May mga examples pa ba? Sino gusto mag-share ng kanyang experience about sa ganitong topic? So, if wala, so let's move on to social constructivism. So, in social constructivism, knowledge is constructed within social context. Ayon kay Vygotsky, ang isang tao ay natututo sa pamamagitan ng pakikisalamuha sa iba. He believed that learners achieve much greater level of learning through the help of a more knowledgeable person like teachers, groupmates, like that. Ate, kuyas, mga ganun. Kung sa cognitive ay natututo ang students through their own learning, sa sarili lang nila, hindi sila nakikisalamuha. Dito naman sa social constructivism, ang sinasabi dito ay mas natututo ang learner kapag may kasama ito, like sa mga group activities, sa mga groupmates, kasama yung groupmates, ganun, or teachers. Dahil kung may hindi siya alam, syempre, pwede siyang magtanong sa yes. Tama. Pwede siyang magtanong sa mga kasama niya. Sa mga members ng groups. Ganun. So, like sa research. Hindi ba sa research by groups ang pa natin? Like sa senior high school, thesis sa college, by group. So, pag ganun class, di ba, mas maraming nagtutulungan, mas napapadali ang trabaho. Like, sa pagkakadak ng situation analysis. Diba, kailangan doon is marami. So, sa pamamagitan ng pagtutulungan ng magkakagrupo, mas napapadali ang research natin. Marami pang mga example dito sa social constructivism. Yung mga brainstorming. Yes, another example. Yes, tama. Pero para sa akin, class, ang talagang tumatak dito is yung sa research thesis. So, class, naiintindihan ba? Sino pa gusto mag-share ng knowledge nila about sa example ng social constructivism? Okay, thank you. So, let's move on to the definition of learning. In radical cognitive constructivism, students build their own learning. So, Piaget believes that humans create knowledge through interaction between their experiences and ideas. Like in science, hindi ba sa subject natin ito, mas natututo tayo through experiments. And like other subjects, mga baking, ganon, sa experiments, mas natututo tayo. Siyempre, pag nag-experiments tayo, may natututunan tayo. And like other subjects. So, may mga tao na mas gustong mag-isa. Gusto sa makisalamuha sa iba. Mas gusto nila na yung iba nga, nagbo-volunteer na lang mag-individual kaysa sa groupmates, di ba? Dahil ayaw nilang mag-isalamuha sa iba. Like that. While in social constructivism, students build knowledge influenced by the social context. It is highly effective method of teaching because of students can benefit from since collaboration and social interaction and incorporated. Next is learning strategies. In radical or cognitive constructivism, gather and organize information to create new concept or principle. So, in social constructivism, exchange and share ideas stimulates thinking. Stimulates thinking. So, for example, in like what I said a while ago, brainstorming. Sa isang klase, bawat students ay nagbabahagi ng kanilang kaalaman tungkol sa paksa. Sa pamamagitan nito, mas lalong nadadagdagan ang kaalaman ng bawat isa na itatama din ang kanilang mga maling akala. Tulad sa ating discussion, nag-explain ko ito sa inyo. And then, nagbibigay din ako ng example, mga halimbawa. Nag-share din ako ng mga starts with letter E. Yeah. experience. Tama. So, para mas madali yung maintindihan ang lesson at nagbabahagi din kayo ng karanasan. Tama. Tungkol dito. So, sa pamamagitan nito, hindi lang ang students ang natututo. Natututo din kahit kaming mga guro. So, nabukan niyo ba class? Nilalag ba ang ating discussion? May mga katanungan ba tungkol sa ating topic? So now, kung wala, let's proceed to general orientation. So, general orientation in radical cognitive constructivism, personal discovery of knowledge. So, like what I said a while ago, so, with social constructivism, so students discuss and discover meanings. Intindihan na natin kung ano ang general orientation class. Okay? May mga katanungan ba? So, kung wala, proceed na tayo sa last, which is example. In radical cognitive constructivism, 8 times 5 is equal to 40. And then try 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8 also equal to 40. So, example in social constructivism, 2 alternative jobs offer option 1, 8 hours per day for 6 days. And then sa option number 2 is 9 hours per day for days 5 days in a week. So, same lang din siya. Okay? Malinaw ba ang ating summary of the learning perspective class? So, Dewey once said that Dewey is in favor of both sides, the radical and social constructivism. But both theories claim that guided forms of teaching or facilitation are necessary as students construct their own concept and understanding of what is being taught. Students needed guidance when teachers explain complex topics. So, complex topics and knowledge. So, he has to be taught out of them since they have their own experience to go on. Magkaiba sila, pero same lang din. So, can you read? Yes, Mr. Paloma again. Thank you. So, capabilities of the computer. The computer with its current speed, flexibility, and complexity can offer information, stimulate innovative social knowledge building, and improve communication of the complete project package. So, without the computer, today's learner might still be doing low level of information gathering, developing, and packaging. Packaging ng knowledge. So, however, this is not case, as current computer can assist teachers and students in focusing on higher new level of cognitive tasks. So, bago tayo magtapos sa ating aralin ngayong araw, sino ang gusto mag-summarize kung anong i-discuss natin? Another? Yes, Miss Jamaline Orteza. Yes, tama ka. We discussed about the computer as the teacher tool. We also learned the two types of constructivism, which is the first, the radical or cognitive constructivism, and the second one is social constructivism. We also discussed the summary of two learning theories. So, sa tingin niyo class, bakit mahalaga ang dalawang learning theories? May volunteer to answer? Mr. Valdez? Okay, good answer. So, cognitivist teaching approaches are designed to help students assimilate new information into their existing knowledge while also allowing them to make the necessary changes to their existing intellectual framework to accept that information. So, while in social constructivism, it is important because it focuses on the collaborative nature of learning, people's interaction with one another, their culture, their society as a whole shape of their knowledge. Students rely on others to help them develop their own knowledge and reality, and learning from other help to do so. So next, let's move on to the applications. For the application, for your activity, create a table showing the positive effects of radical or cognitive constructivism and social constructivism. Please copy. So next, done. So for the evaluation, let's have a quiz. Write if it is cognitive or radical constructivism or social constructivism. Just only write the answer, correct answer. So first, what it is. Bring 1/2 process. So first, knowledge is constructed by the individual. Ano ito? Radical ba or social? Next, number 2, students build knowledge influenced by the social context. Number 3, knowledge is constructed within social context. It is cognitive or radical or social constructivism. Number 4, gather and organize information to create new concept or principle. It is social constructivism or radical constructivism. Write the answer on your page. Number 5, students discuss and discover meanings. So, for the number 6 to 10, essay part. Yes. So, what is the importance of two learning theories in education? I give you 5 minutes. It is enough for you to answer. Okay, 8 minutes. I give you 8 minutes to answer item 6 to 10. Okay. Done. Let's check kung sino ang nakinig sa hindi nakinig. Exchange papers to your seatmate. So first, ang Tamang sagot is radical or cognitive constructivism. Number 2, social constructivism. 3, same social constructivism. 4, radical or cognitive constructivism. And the last is social constructivism. Sa last part, sa 6 to 10, pass your paper. I will be the one to check it. So for your assignment, read Module 3, Lesson 1, Information Technology in support of student-centered learning and summarize and explain it in 3 paragraphs. Write it in a long bond paper to be passed tomorrow. So, sino pala ang naka-perfect sa ating games? Naka-teacher. Okay? Punta ka sa akin mamaya para i-claim inyong prize. Okay, copy in your notebook para din natin makalimutan. I repeat, read Module 3, Lesson 1, Information Technology in support of student-centered learning and summarize and explain it in 3 paragraphs. Write it in a long bond paper to be passed tomorrow, same time, same schedule. Okay. Thank you for your cooperation and attention. So, can you read the quotation? Sabay-sabay. If you get tired, learn to rest, not to quit. Just keep fighting. Okay, thank you, class. See you again tomorrow afternoon. Good luck and God bless. Don't forget your assignment to answer. Okay? Okay.